Now today I'm going to show you how to do this beautiful seascape. This is a request from my subs, and they asked me to do their painting. They've seen it in one of my other videos, so that's a nice little seascape, pretty simple. And so I'll do that for you today. And the paints that you need for this are your primary colors that I always say, red, yellow, and blue, and white, and I got a bit of black and brown and green on there. So you can use the cad yellow, cad red, ultramarine blue, I said that, burnt umber, and any kind of green, phthalo green. And I'm using some of these nice paints here by Dalmer Rowney, and nice big tubes there, and you can get them on my Amazon shop. I'll leave the link below for you. And brushes are there too. So the brushes you need, so you can get some, you know, like if you have a synthetic or nylon brush like this, flat, it's probably a 3/4 inch. Like I say, they all have different sizes, numbers on different brands, and a bristle brush. And we may use a palette knife. Just have a few brushes on hand. I'm going to try this round brush today because I have never shown you how to use this round brush. If anybody has them, it's totally round. It's huge and it's bristle. It's sticking out a little bit there, but that's okay. So when I put water on it, it'll go back. So that round brush is kind of nice for these bushes. Let's try it on that. I've never shown you that before. And today I'm not going to use a fan brush for the water. We'll just use our flat brushes. So you can get a couple of different size brushes, this one and a small one. And just like I say, you should always have a few different brushes on hand anyway, just in case you might want to use them. So as you can see, the sky here has got wispy clouds, kind of wispy, aren't they? So what we'll do is we'll start the sky and the clouds first, and I'm going to tape it off here. Okay, and I'll tape it off, and that way we can get started with the top part of the canvas first, so we can do it in stages. And so the sky and the clouds and the trees will go above the tape. Now my canvas is 11 by 14, or maybe a bit bigger. Let's see, what size is that? I think it's 12 by 16. It depends on the size of your canvas, what size brushes you need. So if you have like a 16 by 20 canvas, you're going to need a bigger brush than that, okay? So adjust your brush to the size of your canvas. Now let's make a nice pretty sky. So let's do the sky first. Clouds will come after, and the trees. So you're going to do your blue sky first, okay? And then when you get that done, we may work wet on wet with the clouds. We'll see how it goes. So the clouds go on top of the sky, and the trees go on top. The trees are last because you want to look at it in stages, okay? You come forward. So let's do our sky first. I'm just getting some blue paint. I'm going to add a little bit of red to make a little interest there. Depends on what kind of sky you want. If you want a grayish, or if you rather have a blue, nice blue sky, just add blue and a little bit of, and no red, or you can add a little bit of red just to give it a little bit of a purplish look to it. And you just keep adding some white to brighten it up a little bit. If you want to make your sky a little more gray, you just add a little bit of brown or burnt umber, okay? I'm not going to do that right now. So let's just get our sky started. And leave some holes. Let's leave some holes just so that we did this in another video, and I found it really helped people who are looking to do clouds and they had a hard time. So let's just do it this way. Let's just make a nice sky, but we'll just put it in stages. Okay, so I'm going to try and do my videos so they're not all the same. So, and then we'll put down some here. So yeah, we leave some openings for our clouds, and we want to work wet on wet. So we'll work wet on wet. So I kind of make things up as I go along. So I might change my mind, or I might tell you to do one thing and end up doing another. So keep your eyes and ears open. So, and you can do the same thing. You don't have to be committed to you know, having to do it a certain way, okay? Don't worry about it. I'm adding a little bit of purple there. And I'm leaving holes. It's kind of fun to do this. So I'm getting a nice blue color for over here. And see, see how I'm leaving all those holes? Isn't that cool? Now, that's just a little bit of a mess, which is kind of nice, isn't it? So clean your brush. I'd use my flat brush and clean your brush fairly good. We got some blue left on, it's okay. So take some white paint. And if there's some blue in there, that's okay, because I'm going to work wet on wet anyway. And we'll just bring in some clouds. Some wispy clouds. Wisp. Push, push, push. There we go. See how the blue and the white are blending together? Isn't that cool? So, you know, you want to make... And those leaving holes in the sky will also make it a little easier for you, okay? See? Good. Now, so let's try some more. So I want you to not worry about what the... Now go back and forth like this. That's it. Back and forth. We're just sliding it on there. See how you're getting nice wispy clouds. Now, what I was going to say was, I get people say, you know, whenever I'm doing a painting and I follow and try to do it exactly the same as the picture or as somebody's painting tutorial, and then they say, I get really disappointed because it didn't come out exactly the same as the one I was following. So I tell people, do your own thing. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it so I can show you that we're using that other painting for reference, but we're not going to. We're going to do our own thing. Okay? And then you'll see differences. And then you'll say to yourself, well, no, that's not wrong. That's the way I did it. So now we're just going to put in some wispy clouds. So just paint over little short strokes. There we go. So we got that started. See? Nice wispy clouds. Good. So as you can see, it's not the same as this one here. And so you go and do whatever you feel that you can do yourself. So like I did here, I just made wispy clouds. I'm going to clean them up a little bit there now, but you can see they're not the same. So you don't have to do it exactly the same as what you're seeing unless you want to. Unless you want to do it exactly the same. If you want to do it exactly the same, then you can match up your colors and you can, you know, you can really match everything up and take your time and do little bit by little bit. But if you want to have a bit of fun and just do your own thing, then that's all you have to do. So I'm just going to take my flat brush out again. And we'll clean up our wispy clouds a little bit. So we're going to need more white paint. So I'm going to look at my picture. I'm going to get my picture that I did. Let's see. Now I don't want to do it exactly the same as that, but I'm going to look at for some ideas, okay? So I can see some nice little curly ones up here. One little bit here to overlap that one, and a little bit here. So let's see what we can do with that. Don't worry about it being exactly the same, but we're going to do maybe a little circles up here. How's that to soften it up? See? Now you got a nice little soft cloud. See, I only got that idea from just looking at that. Now I can see right here. Let's try and put a little bit in here. If you don't want to do that and you want to just keep them as wispy as you see there, then fine. You don't have to. You want to enjoy your painting. You don't want to have to be trying to be exactly the same as everybody else or everybody. But you do have to learn the basics. I'm not saying don't learn the basics. It's very important to learn the basics. But then you'll get used to doing things on your own. So see how that gave it a nice little shape there? Now I got some nice clouds going on right up here, which I'm probably going to bring a little bit up here, probably just move it up a little bit. Just to soften it up and give it that wispy look. Come right out of the sky. See, so I'm only using the picture as a guide. I'm not doing anything that's exactly the same as this one, just using it for a reference. And I'm just picking out things that I might try and get a little bit brighter cloud here. See? Maybe here. Just make little circles with the corner of my brush. So, if this brush don't work for you, change brushes to a bristle brush. Bristle brushes are really good for clouds. There we go. So that gives it a softer look. Good. So whatever you want, and then you can just clean it up whatever way you want, but that's nice soft wispy clouds, isn't it? Very good. So you want to clean up the corners, or if there's anything you see that you don't like, then you can clean it up, okay? So say I want to clean up, let's see. Say I want to clean this up a little bit here. I'll just go back in my blue that I had. I already have my clouds done now, so I don't need to worry about those. But as you can see, it's not exactly the same as this picture now, is it? But it still looks pretty good, doesn't it? Look at that. So let's clean up the edges here. So you just look back at it and say, okay, yeah, I like that. And I'm going to clean up the edges. Do whatever I want with it. It's my painting. And then when you get it done, people are going to say, oh my, how did you do that? And then you get all kinds of nice compliments, and then you're happy. So I just put a little bit of shadow in my clouds, just softening up a bit of shadow, just to make the clouds look a little deeper. This is just something I'm actually just experimenting with. Okay, so you know, if you want some of those extra shadows in between them, you go ahead. You know, if you get too much white and you don't know what to do with it, just add back some shadows or something. See? Just pull in a few shadows where you think you need them. Do your own thing, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Think about shadows. Think about your 3 values. Like I say, you have to learn. You still have to learn the basics before you can. Because if you move ahead and not know the basics, then you might get frustrated, because you're like, if you've never painted a cloud before, you're not going to know what brush to use or what kind of strokes to make or anything. So learn a bunch of different kinds of clouds, and then when you do a video, a tutorial, or an art book or whatever, just look at it and just do your own little clouds, your sky. So I just want to put a few wispy clouds in there. Alright, I'm going to leave that like that. Lots of things I could do, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that. This one I want to do. I want it different than what I already have here. So now we're going to try to do the trees. And you can see they're dark green. So, and a few highlights on them. So we'll think about our 3 values. So let's get our dark green first. Now I said I would try this brush here. This is the round brush that I was telling you about. Now I don't know what it's going to turn out like. I don't use it a lot, but I thought I'd show it to you just in case it might be a bit of a benefit to you, okay? So let's get a dark green by going into some green. Add some blue to your green to darken it up. Okay? Just tap into it. No need to rub it around or anything. Just tap into your blue and green and get a nice dark green. See? So let's try to get some trees. So just tap, tap, tap. Yeah, this brush is kind of nice. There we go. I'll see. Oh, I want to be able to see it. I will see if I can put it in my Amazon shop for you. They may already be there, but I'll put a link. You go to my Amazon shop, and I'll make sure, or I'll try to find one, because I don't know if they're hard to find. So let's get those. So you can check in there anyway just to see if it's there. But I found, see how nice those bushes are coming out? Isn't that nice? I want to go close for you so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. Oh my, look at that. Aren't they nice? Look at that. Cool. Now I don't know how high you want to go. It's up to you. Maybe let's make some. Yeah, this brush has turned out really nice for these bushes. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. Very nice. So we get light green and medium green. It could be what kind of greens is out there? There's tons of them, isn't it? Hunter green. Okay, let's go with, now I'm going to go right across the beach like it showed in the picture because I like it that way, okay? But if you don't want to, or you don't even have to have any trees in there if you don't want to, okay? So I just want to let you know, I want you to do this painting your own way, okay? So we need to get some heights up here for the trees. Good. Now I got to get some more color in there because I'm getting one color. I like dipping into my green and dipping into my blue and not mixing it, so that when I go on here you'll get the two colors. You'll get like shadows, and so you'll get your two values all in one time. So there we go. Nice little bushes, big trees in the background. Alright, just tap, 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 tap. And when you tap, 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 don't tap too hard. Go back and get some blue and green. Don't tap too hard. Just tap until you feel, right? You can feel it. And then if it I'm stuttering. That's because I'm so excited about teaching you this. But, so if you tap and it starts to blend too much, well then lighten up on your pressure, okay? Alright, so I gotta get this a little better. So after you get it done, you're gonna make adjustments, alright? See? Good. So now, let's go back here again. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Big bushy old trees in the background. Now we'll make them even more like trees when we put the highlights on there. So just keep going back and forth with your blue and green. And we'll go back, tap. You might have a nice high one over here. Okay. So you just tap it till you get what you're looking for. If the shapes are odd, then fix them up. Just go back over the tops again. There we go, see? Just go back over the tops again if you can't get that nice shape you're looking for. Good. Let's see if I can get a closer look for you. Now, I don't know what this is going to look like because I'm after, mine looks a little more green than this here. But I'm going to put another value on there now, another value of green. So right now we have our dark green, and there's a little bit of second value in there. But I'm going to use the same brush, the same round brush, and so I'm going to clean it off a little bit. I'm going to try this big one. I have a small one. So if you do find them, look for them on Amazon under my shop there. And try to get at least 3 sizes. Try to get 3 different sizes of brushes. Whenever you buy flat brushes or round brushes or small, just try to get 3 different sizes, okay? Small, medium, and large. And you'll be in the business. You'll be in business. So I'm just taking some of my green, my little bit of blue, and a bit of yellow, just to lighten it up a little bit, okay? Now we got to see if this works, because if this round brush don't work for the highlights, then we'll have to go and use another brush. So I'm just going to go in the very top of that one there. So this is going to be my second value. I really want you to see that. Okay. So, and then we're going to go, I see a little bush now. You can almost see them, you know. You can almost see these little bushes and trees. And I see one right here. I'm just starting at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to start, I see another little one here. I kind of made a boo-boo there. Boo-boos are okay. Then I see another one up here. So I'm finding this brush a little big for the tops. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch to a smaller, I think I have another one here. There we go. So this one is a round brush, and but it's a smaller one, and it might be easier to work with. Let's try that. I love trying different brushes. I love experimenting. I don't mind taking the risk because I know we can fix it. It's fixable. Alright, so this is the small round brush. Let's see if that works better. Okay, so let's just at the top. We're doing our second value. Alright, we go with 3 values. Now you can put on as many values as you want, but to get it started and make it look nice and get you started. Try and keep it as close as I can for you. So green and blue and yellow. So I'm going at the very top. So even if you come up over those trees, that's fine. Then move down here as long as you leave some darks in there. Alright, and you want to shape up the bottom a little bit. So there we go, just put a little bit here and there. Come alive. Let's go over here. And then we'll go back over them one more time with a lighter value. Good, there we go. Just a little bit on the top and a little bit, make sure you keep some darks for your shadows. 3 values. Shadows. It all works great. Alright. Now we're going to go back over them again with a lighter value. It'll be our 3rd value, okay? So, I'll make sure I don't want to too far away. So this time I'm going to add a little bit of white. I think white might help. I mean, you could add just yellow if you want to. Brighten it up even more. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of white. I don't want to add too much white, but I do want to. And for the video, I need to be able to. And yes, I'm tapping into that same mixture, green and blue and yellow. And then I'm just adding more yellow and a little bit of white, okay? But like I said, you can experiment and see what works for you. So I'm going to lay that on there. A little bit here. Okay. So I'm assuming the sun is coming in from the right. That's why I'm putting most of the color on the right side. So there we go. Now if you want to make them brighter, you can. The thing is, acrylics, they dry dark. So it kind of throws you off a little bit. Because here you are working hard at getting these trees, and then you go back and half an hour later and it's like they get no highlights on them at all. So you might have to do a couple of coats of highlights to brighten them up. Right. Oops. Oops, too much. Oops. Oh no. What's going on? I think my hand is moving. My hand is doing whatever it wants to do. It won't. Do you ever get that happen to you? I want to go back and darken that up a little bit because I don't want to lose all my shadows. So just tapping at your trees and stuff until you get what you're looking for. So go back into yellow and white with your the green and blue mixture, and there we go. Good. we're getting some trees going on here. A little bit up here. And I'm jumping over a few places just so that I'll be able to keep my shadows. Alright. Let's go over here. Going back into my yellow and my white and a little bit up here. Just tapping away. Good. I'm going up on the top. I start at the top and then I move to the right and then I move around a little bit because I don't want to lose my shadows. So, if you can see, doesn't that look cool? Yeah. Just comes alive, doesn't it? Just by adding 3 values. Nice. Now let's take our tape off and start working on the water. So take your tape off and that will reveal how pretty it is. See? Now, let's see what we're going to do down here. Now I'm going to get my painting that I did before and I'm going to see where this line is. See that line right there? The water line? See that? Let's draw that out to see where we're going to put this blue water first, okay? That might be the easiest thing for you to do. Let's see, now let's see. So that looks like it ends around over here, which is a quarter, no, thirds. Let's say thirds. So it looks like it ends around here, okay? So it's about a third, because then we come over here is another one. 1, 2, 3. So make sure you eyeball where things are going. And yes, I did say you can do your own thing, but if you're trying to get, you know, a little bit like the painting that you're doing, then it'd be nice to know where things sit. Now you can change it. You can make the water different. You can do anything you want. So I'm just going to take some blue paint. Take some blue paint on my flat brush. It's a flat chiseled edge brush. I like these because you can do whatever you want. So I'm just going to take a line and leave some space here for the beach. And I'm going to come over to about the third of the way. And then I'm going to come in. And I think I'm going to come right over here just above the corner of the paint. How's that? That's not bad. Now just take your blue paint and add a little bit of green to it. Just some blue and a little bit of green. Maybe a little bit of yellow. I should show you what I'm doing. So take a bit of blue paint, a little bit of green, a bit of yellow. But we wanted it more on the blue side, okay? If we're going to go by the picture. So you can have it more on the green side or the blue side. So then you can add more blue or green. So look how nice and dark that is. Nice. Alright, now we're going to have some reflections from the sky. I didn't see any reflections from the sky in that painting, but maybe we should do it anyway. Maybe we'll also have some reflections from the trees. Let's just see what's going to happen. We decide, like I said, I don't just do your own thing and decide what you want to do. Just use that as a guide. Go by your basic learning skills that you've learned over the last few months. If you're only at it a couple of months, you're at it a couple of years. That's even better. But some people are at it for years, but they only did it on and off, so they're really still newbies. So just get a bit of blue paint and green and go back and forth. Fill in that space there. Good. So right now we're just trying to do an underpainting basically, right? You know what I mean? We're not trying to get the water perfect yet. And that's what you should do with all your paintings. Just try to get it like an underpainting. So I just mixed a bit of blue and a bit of green or yellow. And then you're going to get that dark bluish green color. You know, if you want a lighter color, you can always take some blue and white. Just take some blue and mix it with white. And then you can put that in there too. See? Water has all kinds of different colors, so you can experiment. Don't stick to what the picture that you see unless you want to. Now, I'm not saying don't. I'm saying, what am I saying? I'm saying, I'm saying you're trying to express yourself, and you don't want to be going exactly by what the picture that you're looking at, or somebody else's tutorial like mine here now, right? So that's why I'm doing this. I'm hoping or trying to do this painting a little different than the one I painted before, just to prove to you that you can do your own thing and just use that as a reference. Okay, good. Now I want to get that to come in straight and horizontal. Just get that to come in there. Alright, we're getting it done. Now I'm going to lighten up that water a small bit, so I've got to add some white on a dirty brush. There's a bit of blue mixed in there with it, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to add a little bit of light, only because I want to. Not because it's got to. So I want to. So, my painting. Do whatever I want with it. And that's the attitude you gotta have. But, you really still have to learn the basics. Once you get the basics down, how to make clouds and whys and wheres and hows of painting and the different values and color mixing, then you can do your own thing. Alright, that looks good. That doesn't look too bad at all. So I just added a bit of white to my blue, and I was working, that was still wet when so it all mixed together, and that gave it that really nice color. Now, like I said, I'm looking at the camera, and my colors here seem darker than what I'm showing you in real life, so I'll see now how it comes out, but hopefully it looks bluish green to you. Alright, good. Now I cleaned off my brush, but it's still a bit dirty. Still got a bit of that watercolor in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it dirty, that's fine. I'm going to add some more white than anything, just white, to my dirty brush. And then I'm going to add some water over here, the beach area. There we go. Just adding a little beach area over there. So I'm going to, I think a beach will probably have a little bit of brown added to it. So let's just add a little bit of brown, like a nice really light, a really, really light sandy look. A little bit of burnt umber. Should do it. Alright, so when I put that on, I found it a little bit too light. So I'm going to add this little kind of sandy color. Alright. That's better. See how I went up the trees by accident? That's okay, but you know what? You can actually push that in between the trees and make it look like the sand is going back in behind the trees. Yeah. There we go. So it makes it look like the sand is going in behind the trees. But we don't want to do that too much. Alright, so you don't have to do that. I just tried it for an experiment. Alright, now let's go with, the water is here. So we'll just take your dirty brush and just decide we're going to put our rocks. So we'll bring the beach up probably put a little line here just to give us an idea where we're going with it, okay? So that's an easy, you know, draw it out a little bit as you're going along. Alright, so let's clean our brush and get it more white now this time. Just trying to get some, so you got some green water. Let's see. So with that bit of beige color, because it is a beach there, and then we have lots of white paint then on the brush besides, okay? So just dip into your beige color and then put mostly white on. And then we're going to bring the beach up. We're going to bring the water in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it up first, and then we'll worry about the waves after. Let's just get some beach on there. So mostly cream color. Yeah, let's do cream color. See, I'm making my decisions as I go along. This is what you can do. You can make changes, decide what you want to do after. All right, so I'm just gonna put my beach color on there first. I think that'll be the easiest way. So a bit of a creamy color. All right, let's just do that. All right. Because we have to get things established. And if you find that it gets a little complicated, you're not sure where to go with it, then, like I just decided to do, just do one little part first. Because if it's not working out for you, then just take one little part, the easiest part you can find, and then fill it in. And then go from there. So try and do all your, I was going to do the waves, but then I said, you know, I think I need to put the beach in first. The waves are a bit complicated. Okay, so let's just get that on there. All right. There we go. Push in my drawer. Yeah, and so just keep painting that beach. That'll be the best thing to do right now. Let's get a beige color. Good. It's your beach. All right. Let's get that on there. Good. Okay, now we have a bit of a beach on there. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm using the same brush all the time, except when we did those, we did the sky with this brush, flat chisel edge synthetic brush or nylon. And we did the clouds with this brush, and we're doing the water and the beach and the rocks with this brush. The only thing we used was the round brush for our trees. So 2 brushes, guys. Don't need to spend a fortune. Don't need to spend a big lot of money. You know what some people do because they like to. I mean, like I said, you know, just do whatever you like. So I got black on my paintbrush now because the only thing I'm doing right now is just trying to get a few rocks in there. And so I'm just going to let's just put a line up here and then pull it down towards your beach. All right, so we'll just paint this black here, and we'll straighten all it up after, and then we'll come down here, just come down and out. Well, we'll do that when we get, all I want to do right now is just put black on there basically. And what I want to do is, I want to skip a part just so that we can have that for our water coming in. Yeah, there we go. And then we come back and forth like this. So let's just put that on right now like this, just pure black. You can add some other colors to it if you like brown. And we're going to be adding highlights to those rocks now soon. But I want to just get, like I say, an underpainting just to see where everything's going. Alright, goes right out into the beach. Yeah, you can add a bit of brown to your black. That looks kind of nice. You can add whatever colors you want to your black, because we're going to be doing highlights over it, so don't have to worry too much. Alright, so we'll leave that there like that. Yeah, you can add some browns. Here we go, like this. Alright, let's see. Let's look at our picture. Let's look at our painting. So, there's the rocks. Now, back here I got a bit of grass. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll... Yeah, that's nice there. I forgot about that. So, we'll put a bit of grass back there. So, when that dries there, then I'll put the grass back there. So, keep that in mind. Or you can just go with the rocks. And the rocks got a hump and they're coming down, right? They're up and down into the beach. Up and down into the beach. So we'll have to do that as we're doing our highlights. See? Makes it look nice and rough. So I'm thinking we'll put on the rocks and get them straightened up, and then we'll go with the water to make it nice and rough looking, like it's coming over the rocks. So we'll get some highlights and shape up our rocks. So let's put a bit of white on. A bit of white and a bit of, I don't know, let's just go with the white, make it a bit of grey, kind of a greyish colour. And let's see what happens. We're going to put some grass up here. Okay, so we'll leave that. So we'll come down here and just pull down a line. Let's go over here. Just pull down a line, and you know where you put your brown on that time? We'll use that as a guide. So just put some shadings on, and you can wiggle your brush around a little bit to get. Right, now we're going out into the beach. I'm just move my hand around a little bit. I'm trying to find out where. So you're just putting highlights on certain parts of those rocks to get some shapes, okay? So I see one right here. See one right here. So long as you leave your black. Okay. Just move it around a little bit. If you lose all your black, just put some of it back again, okay? Good. So we've got that one started. Let's do the one down here now. So it looks like we got, let's see. Looks like it's coming out into the beach and down a bit, out into the beach, and coming up. Just pick spots and see. There we go. Like I said, as long as you leave some black, pull back in. This brush is not that great for rocks, I can see that. Might have to go with another brush. Okay, so I'm going to move that in here like this. Move that in. Let's make it a little bit round on the edge here. Make it a little bit round on the edge here, and give it kind of a little bit rounder. Alright. Now we can straighten all that up after. How come my camera looks so dark? Hopefully you can see that. So, let's see. A little bit up here. And pull down here. Just look for any spots that might look like they might be rocks. So just put these straight lines, if that'll be easier for you. Straight line, and then just pull down. So straight line, and pull down. And then move it around, okay? Come down here. There we go. Try to get some more light there for you so you can see it. Now, let's see. We also have some rocks coming out on the beach here. Just make a straight line and a hump. We'll come over with a rock here. Maybe another one here. A smaller one. And maybe a small one here. Beaches are full of rocks. Straight line and a hump. Alright. Maybe there's a couple of small ones right here. Straight line and a hump. If you're finding this brush hard to work with, then pick up another brush. What would I suggest? You didn't think I could hear you, did you? Let's try, I don't know, let's try a smaller brush, like a smaller. Like I said, you have three different sizes, you got more to work with. Let's try another small flat brush. Alright, so I'm just going in my black and a bit of brown. Straight line, a hump. We'll straighten all this up after, don't worry, as long as you get a few little ideas of where your rocks are going to go, where you want them. Just play along with them until they figure out where they want to go. Okay. So rocks everywhere. So get your lighter color, bit of brown, bit of white, and a little bit of blue to gray it up. Okay, so a little bit of grayish color on your rocks. Right, so a little bit of brown, a little bit of blue, and a little bit of white. And we're trying our best to get these to come on and work out. So I'm just putting a straight line over, and then I'm moving it down a little bit. I just pull out that there. Just moving my brush around, try and get some shapes. Start with a straight line, that might help. Straight line and then move around. Straight line and move around. Straight line and move around. Straight line and move around. See? Straight line, and that makes the rock look flat too, doesn't it? Isn't that cool? So this one here, straight line and move it around. Another straight line and another straight line and move around. Move around any way you want to. Then once you get your straight line, then you can come on down this way. There are all kinds of things going on there, see? So we can do the same here. Straight line, straight line, straight line. Good. And this one up here, this one right here, put some light color, the highlight on top of the rock here, and one here, okay? And then you can move it around a little bit here, a little bit here. Just don't forget to leave some darks. This one here, you can lay it on top of there. Up here, make it flat if you want. A little bit in the back. I'll make it lighter so you can see what I'm doing. Go back here, here. Just touching the fronts there. So you got dark and medium and light. So you get 3 values. Just getting shapes right is the hardest thing. Sometimes rocks can be a little bit, what would you call it, contrary. So you have to play with them. Make sure you leave the darks. If you leave darks and you get a few shapes, it'll look like rocks. Doesn't look too bad there. Let me see if I can play with some of this up here, just to shape them out a bit more. Okay. And then if you want to add if there's some sun coming in from the right and it's hitting off some of these rocks in the front, you can make some nice little, I don't know, maybe a little bit of an orangey color. Orangey, which is red and yellow, and a little bit of brown. Just give that a little bit of white maybe. Just to have a little bit of color added to your painting. See what that looks like. Just on a few little rocks, not too much right now. I'll add it there and there, there, there. Not really going to add too much yet. I might do it later. I'll see. Like I said, I'm trying to make some decisions on what I want to do as I go along, because I'm not trying to do it the same as the painting I'm looking at. I want to show you that you do your own thing and have fun with it. Just use that as a guide, okay? Like I said, if you're having a hard time with rocks, just do your own thing. If you follow what I just told you and you can't get them exactly like mine, well, good. Just put in the black, put in some straight lines and pull them around. You can also try a palette knife on your rocks. Now, let's try something for a bit of fun. Let's put on some white. So, you know, if you put some white on your palette knife, we probably could do something with the rocks with a palette knife. So I'm just going to put on some white and some brown. Some different colors, maybe a bit of blue. You know, all kinds of stuff going on there. Who knows? Let's just play. Let's see what happens. This might be a disaster, but I like trying things anyway. I like trying new things. I don't mind. So I'm just pulling my knife through the paint, and then I'm going to pick up a bit like I'm picking up some butter. Now, acrylic paint is not as thick as oil paint, so it doesn't. It's not great for doing mountains and stuff like you see other videos where they take the paintbrush and they put it on. It comes out like really nice snow and everything. So let's just try this for an experiment. Okay. So we'll just scrape it on. And the good thing about it is the palette knife will give you some shapes. See? You can put it on, just put it on the tops, and that way you'll be able to experiment with it rather. So if you end up ruining your rock, that you feel like you've ruined your rock, just paint it black again, that's all. So just take it and pull over and scrape it. Now I'm left-handed, so if you're right-handed, you might want to go this way. Okay, you might want to put the paint on that corner there and then scrape it on this way. I'm not sure because I'm not right-handed, so if I was, I probably would do it this way. Let's see how that gives it some shape. Right? It just scrapes on the paint, and that way you get more texture. Right? And this here, move it around so that you get, use the top of the knife to sort of move it around a little bit. Okay. So if you want a little bit of that here and a little bit of that there, you can do that too. So pick up your paint like you're picking up butter, and then just pick a spot and pull over and let the paint, I'm just using the very corner that where the paint is, and I'm just pulling it on to let the paint do its job. And like I said, if you don't like it, then just paint it black and start over. Good. A bit more here. I'm just going over what I already did. Okay. Now if I want more black in there, I'll just put some black on my palette knife, scrape some of that in. See? So, you know, you can play with this for hours. I'm doing a video, so I'm just going to show you some techniques, and then you can practice them and do them the way it suits you. Okay. So I'll put a little bit more on these rocks here. Alright. Just scraping it on so it gives it that bit of textured look. There we go. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Just here and there. I'm just going to scrape on what's left over my knife there now, just because that's all I want to put on there for now. I can come back later and put more on. You don't have to say it's finished right now. You can put on just to see what you like, and then later you can put on more. So I'm just scraping on what I got left over. See? That don't look too bad. Brightens up a bit. Brightens them up a little bit better. So your palette knife is kind of nice for different things. There we go. Good for rocks. There we go. Good. So now we got a few rocks. We're almost finished this painting. I mean, look how fast it is. It's not very, it doesn't take very long. The rocks were a little bit of the hardest to do. But I think we're doing fine. Right. I'm thinking I might want another rock. I might. Let's see how this looks. I don't know. Let's put, I don't know if I should do this or not. Oh no. I'll put a rock here. Don't ask me why. I'm just going to shape it up a little bit. Oh my. I might have fooled up my painting. But you can't really, because all you got to do is just go back to the beige color. I think what I'm going to do is just bring it right over here, and so come over here and bring it out. There we go. And make a little hump so I can have a bit of a shape there. Yeah, this one here needs a bit of a shape too. See how you can just sit there and play with your paintings all day just to give them some shapes. And so that dries a little bit, I'll put some more highlights on it. I don't know why I want to do that, but it's there now, so we are stuck with it. How's that for you? Now I'm going to take some of my white. We'll fool around just a little bit up here while we're waiting for other things to dry and things. I'm just going to take a bit of white and a bit of blue and give it a little bit of an end to the beach there. Right here. I'm just going to touch and pull because it makes it easier. Making short strokes. Right over. Ooh! Now I want that brighter than that. So I just clean off my brush and putting pure white on here. Because the paint is wet, then we should be able to get it to mix. Alright. Just don't want to make too much shadows there. Alright, so let's go with this touch and pull. Just touch and pull. So we're starting to get a little bit of a beach there. Probably going to do that again. So if you got the chiseled edge brush, that's great because you can put it right up against the edge of the water and just move. Alright, I need more paint. Pick up some more paint, get the chiseled edge, and then move your hand without lifting it. Kind of going up and down so you get kind of a wavy look. Alright. So I'm just going to go back up over these. Up here you can make the short strokes, but try not to lose that little line that we made there. Just go on the back of that, up into your beach area. Okay. Good. Now. So now we'll get some white, and we'll take that line and we will just make a line, touch and pull. This is just to get something on here so we can see where the beach line goes. Okay, so that's that much. And what we want to do is we want to bring some of that green water into the beach. We're still using the same brush. So let's get some of that green, blue, green, yellow color. A little bit of white. So I'm just mixing some blue and some green and some white. A bit of yellow. If you'd rather do it that way, blue and yellow. And a little more blue if it's too, and you don't have to mix it totally. Alright, so let's go with that. Let's bring some of that water into the beach. Alright, so just bring that in here. Alright. This is going to be a little bit, well, it's not hard, it's just getting it to look right. Not hard, just getting it to look right. Okay, so our beach is coming in here. Let's add some white to that just to keep from going too dark. Alright, darken it up again. I think I made it too bright that time. Alright, there we go. Just add a bit more blue and green. Alright, so let's get that in here. Just get it in any way you can for now. Okay. Good. Okay, so now clean up that water there so it's not too streaky. We make it nice and smooth. So just turn your brush a couple of different ways to make it smooth. Alright. Get in on the beach. Come up here a little bit. Just move it around a little bit. Whatever's left over on your brush, just kind of bring it up to your beach. Just bring it up to your beach. Good. Clean it up a little bit. Get kind of a smooth look. Alright. Add some white. Get some water going on here now. Okay, see how the wave is coming in. Alright. Might need a little bit more blue. A little more blue. If you need it. Alright, just bring that color in. Just bring it in. Alright, hang on a second now and we'll get some more paint. So as you can see, that beach is a little different and we're trying to just do it our own way, because I told you before, I don't want you doing exactly the same as your reference photo, alright? Do it your own way. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just doing it my own way, and whatever way it comes out, that will be fine with me as long as I like it. As long as I'm happy with it, that's all that matters. But you still do have to learn the different techniques if you want to be like really, really, really good. Some people are like, you know, sometimes it's like playing the piano. Some people can play the piano by ear, and some people just got to study, 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 study. So it's funny, isn't it? So depends on how you find it. If you find it easy or hard. Now we're going to get some of this green here. We don't want it to be too rough looking. So we'll just take some of this out here just so that we can make it look more flat. So that the water will come in like that. It's just a little bit of water. It's not, yeah, it's to make it flatter looking by adding the darker green and blue. That helps. We want to keep it so that it looks like it's still flat. Because if we go with the way we were going to do it before, then we would have to make this really rough up here. So I warned you that I could change my mind. I warned you. I'm sorry. Alright, so we're just going to go flat with this. Flat. I don't know why that keeps going up like that. Get a darker color, that'll help. I don't want it to look like it's... I want to make it look like it's flat against that water there. Okay. We'll get it, we'll get it. We will get it somehow. Stop looking like you're up. I don't want you to look like... I don't want it to look like it's... you know, jumping up in this huge wave. I just want it to look like it's got a little bit of water line coming in on the beach. Alright. That's better. That's better. Getting there. But this shows you that, you know, you got to make changes. You got to figure things out. If it don't look right, then keep trying to figure out what's going on, okay? So that looks a bit better. Yeah, I like that better. Sorry, guys. Sorry to put you through all that trouble. But you know what? I could edit that out if I wanted to, but I think you might want to see that anyway. If you don't, just jump ahead. Just jump ahead. So no, I don't want to see that part. Okay, so we need a bit of brown and a bit of white. We're going to go in here. Some beach area in here. In where, she says. Where are you? I'm right here. See, I need to get some camera help. One of these days when I make lots of money, I'll hire somebody to be my camera person. The camera person. Yeah, and they're not too expensive. Unless I get rich, then we'll share the wealth. Okay, so anyway, that's that and that. I want to thank some of my Patreons to they're supporting me once a month. Some give $1, some give $5, some give $10, and I bought some camera equipment out of the money they gave me. And so like I said, you know, this takes a bit of money to do, but you know what? I love it. And get a little bit of help is great, because then I can buy more supplies and keep these going. Yep. So thank you guys. My Patreon guys are so sweet. And I try to give back some perks, like early access to any videos that are coming up. Free sketch, depending on how much is donated. I think it's $5. And it's just good help. But anyway, that's it, you know. I just really am happy I can do this. It's, you know, if people are doing it on a tight budget, they can still do it. It's just that their equipment won't be as good. But if they get some support from the family or from you know, friends or people who watch the videos, who love their videos, that means that they can do more and have better equipment and better and much better paints and brushes and all kinds of good stuff. But it's not going to stop them if they don't get extra money. It's not all about money, that's for sure. It's all about your love of your craft. That's what it's all about. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Alright. So I think, you know, we're cleaning this up a little bit here. I'm just tapping away at it, getting some. See how nice it's coming out now that I changed it a little bit? I think that's coming out really, really nice. We're almost finished this now. Didn't take too long, only where I made a boo-boo, and that's all part of it, you know. Can't get it all done in an hour, you know. If you want to do some nice little, let's put this here, if you want to do some nice little details. So we'll do some of our last minute details now, and then we'll call it finished. So I'm going to try and I get too much paint on my brush, so I'm going to try and bring a little bit of a line here and then pull that in towards the water. See? Pull it in towards the water. How's that? It's not bad, is it? It's got to be wet. Okay. I don't know what that is there. Just cover it up. Okay, there we go. And then we'll put a little bit here. I'm using my chiseled edge, my brush. So I get my little bit of line here, because I don't want too much. I don't want it to look like it's a great big old wave jumping in. It didn't look right when I tried it before. So I'm glad you've seen that. I'm just pulling back the water. See how much nicer that looks? I'm much happier with it now. So I'm just going to scrub in a few little lines here. I'm just taking it in from the beach and I'm going to pull it back into the beach. Okay, leave a little bit of white up there. Can you see it? Good. Good. So, I'm going to give it some more white on my chiseled edge brush, and I'm going to, let me see. I'm going to scrub, I think I'm going to scrub a little bit of water here. Just scrub it out with my chiseled edge. Maybe it's some of it is sneaking up here a little bit. Don't know. Tap at it if you have to. Tap, tap, tap. I'll scrub a little bit back. I'll leave some of that brown there. I'm not going to lose that. Take the corner of your brush and just tap at it to get some waves going up over here. Good. Now, yeah, there's a big nasty wave going on there. Good. I think, there we go. I think maybe we should put a few little water lines in here as if the water snuck in around here. Just touching, just letting it fall off my brush here. Letting it fall off my brush. Alright. Bit of white. A little bit on the edge here. There we go. Maybe it's falling over on the rock. Just tap it here and there. Just touch and pull a little bit forward. You know. The water is just coming in and out. Alright. So there is, it's coming along, and we're going to add a few more little touches to it. Probably a little bit of grass up around here under the trees. Okay. For the little grassy area, I'm going to use this brush. It's a bristle. It's pretty small. See the bristles on top? How they're open, and they can make some nice bushes. So let's put some of our dark green together. Some green and some blue. I'm just tapping into some of my blue and some of my green. Get that dark green color. Good. Let's see, maybe we can put it up here. Let's see if I can get you to see that a little closer. Alright. Let's tap a little bit here. I'm going to get that a little more green so you can see it. So, just a little bit up here. A little bit of grass. Alright. A little bit of grass there. I'm tapping into some green, yellow, blue to make it a little brighter for you. There we go. I'll lighten that up again now in a minute. Alright. So tap on a little bit more here. There we go. You can see a bit better there now. Let's try to get a little bit underneath those trees. Bit of grass. You can rub it on too if you rather. Might work a little bit better for you. There we go. Okay, we get a little bit of grass going over here. I'm going to start over here and just get a little bit of grass going on over here. Just underneath the trees. Just kind of scrubbing it on there. Just over here. Good. And what I'll do now is I'll add a little bit of yellow to my green and just tap a little bit there so you can see it better. Right across. We'll have to clean it up a little bit. Just a little bit here. Right across. Just a little bit of tapping. And now we're going to take our flat brush again and we are going to taking my small flat brush and make a lot of noise. And I'm going to, I'm going to take my white and my little bit of brown so I get some of my, clean up that edge there. Good. So I'm going to get some, clean it up a bit here. I get my sand back. It's okay if it's not straight. It doesn't have to be exactly straight. Just cleaning it up. Okay. Just trying to get some of my beach cleaned up a bit. Alright, that's all. So you clean up your edges and do all the little tiny things that you want to do. What else can we do? Let's see. What can we do to finish it off? Let's see if we can find some final little details. How about maybe putting a little more water down here. Here's some water down here. Yep. And maybe coming across here and just up under here. I think that's okay there. What do you think? I want to see what else we need, just so I won't. Let's put a little bit of water coming in around here, moving in around the rocks, make it more natural looking. I don't know if there's any more water needs to go anywhere, but you can certainly pick at a little bit when you start yourself. Lighten it up a little bit. Any little touches that you want to do. It's coming along, isn't it nice? Let's see. I'm just going to tap at a few little things here just to make the water look like it's coming in. And you can even add a little bit of blue, like a bit of watery blue. Wet your brush, leave some water on your brush and make it kind of watery looking. Maybe lighten it up a little bit. And you can put a bit of blue on the rocks, and it would look like some of the water is going on the rocks. That blue water, you know, like kind of give it a little bit of color. See? Maybe the water is going in here, but it's kind of faded right out, so gives it kind of a nice touch, don't you think? A little bit of blue. And if you want it to look a little more like it's the water, you can just add a few little touches of white to it. There we go. Just a little bit. Clean off your brush and straighten it out any way you want. I think we're close to being done now. I mean, like, I could pick at this all day long, but if for the sake of the video, I can't. No sense going on and on and on and on. But you can certainly play with it until you're happy. Happy. Now, I think, unless I want to get some more highlights on the trees. Oh, and there's one thing else I want to show you too. Get a toothpick. Little toothpick, and let's add a few little trunks to those trees. Alright, so I'm going to put some white on my toothpick, and I'm going to make a few little sticks, a few little, as if there's some trunks here. It's too big. It's too big. I'm just going to pull out some of these little trunks. You wouldn't think a toothpick would be that big, would you? Okay. So we got some little trunks. That one's too big, so I'll fix that in a minute. And we'll put in a few more. Just scrub them on, pull them out. You can even like push hard and some it'll go right through the canvas and it'll help you get yeah, so let's get some of those on there. You can even add, if it's too white, just put a little bit of blue or green on that. On your toothpick, and I just want to do a couple just to show you. Give it more of a natural look. There we go. Good. See? See? Let's keep going. Keep going. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take our round bristle and we are going to go over those trees with a little bit of a highlight. Put in some dark green first, just because some of those sticks are a little bit too bright. So I'm just going to tap over some of those just a little bit, tone them down a bit. So sometimes you have to make some adjustments. That's better, it's getting there. And what we'll do now is we will put some yellow on our brush. Put some yellow on your brush and tap into your dark green, but you're going to brighten it up with the yellow. And we will highlight that little mound we got here. Now, I'm going to come in closer so you can see what I'm doing. Going to get rid of that one there a little bit. Tap down here a little bit on our grassy area. And a few little come down here. There we go. Good. And I don't think I'm going to need to do too much with those trees. Although they look dark to you, I could probably put a little bit more highlight on those. So go into your yellow. Tap into your dark green, but brighten it up with your yellow. And get those bristles open so that they'll, see? Just go a little bit on top of those, some of those trees, just to give it a, like the sun is shining on those. Alright. So, we're almost done now. So some yellow. Trying to get them nice and bright for you so you can see them. I want more, maybe a little bit of white might help. Not fussy about the white. There we go. Just going on a little bit of tops. Like I say, when I go on the top, then I'll come down to the side. See? So you see how I'm brightening them up a little bit better? So the yellow and maybe a little bit of white. Experiment with your colors. See what works. A little bit on the edges. Try the edge first and then tap around. the side. So top to the right. Just move around a little bit so you can get a nice shape. If your shape looks out, just move your paint around a little bit. Okay. Okay, just a little bit on the top here. But see how it starts to bring them out, you know, like, there we go. Let's just do this couple on the edge here. And on that edge, and on that edge. Just to brighten them up. And if you want to tap a little bit down here so you can see those other little bushes and things. All kinds of little things going on down there. See, the more you tap at it a little bit, the more it makes them more fluffy and makes them more interesting. See? Cool. It can be lots of fun if you can get what you're looking for. Just tapping around. Alright, you know what? I'm going to call that finished. Because I could play with this all day and all night. But it's not too bad. It's not exactly as the, as you can see, it's not exactly as the one that we started with. Right? See? That's that one. You might like that one better, I don't know, but I just wanted to show you that you can do things your own way and just use it as a guide, the original, whatever you're going by, picture or painting or art instruction or tutorial, and just do it your own way, and then you should get a nice painting out of it. So I think nice sky, see wispy clouds and nice trees. There we go, see? Nice beach and rocks. Good. Now, that's not a bad little painting. So you guys go and try and do that. I'd love to see your painting when it's finished. And you can send it to AllisonPryor@yahoo.com. I would love to see it. And I hope you had fun. I had fun. And I'll see you in the next painting. Signing out from Allison Pryor. Happy painting. Bye.